What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course. We are going to be throwing some approach discs. It's not going to be the end-all be-all of what's going to be in my bag, but I have what may possibly be a contender. So let's toss some discs, and I got to show you how pretty this plastic is. So we have what had been in my bag. That's the Streamline stabilizer. It's still amazing. I still really like this disc. It kind of contended a little bit with the Pyro as far as it's still kind of fast and it's still overstable. So it's like, do I need to flex a stabilizer? Do I need to flex a Pyro? I don't know. So I tried to limit my options so that I was a little bit more concise. And so I put in this proximity mine. And I found that for short approaches, the proximity mine is amazing. But if I tried to kind of power up on it, it didn't have the torque resistance and the stability of the stabilizer. In steps the disc or a mold that I used to bag for several years. I just couldn't find one in a more of a premium plastic that was what I was looking for, right? That is the Innova Rhyno. This is in Champion plastic. Their new Champion is so cool. It's almost like Crystal or the Sea Line from Discmania. It has a lot of good flex and play to it, so it's kind of on the gummy side of Champion, and it's flat. It is board flat on top. And the problem I had with all the premium plastic Rhynos is they weren't flat. They were all super domey. This might have a chance of going in the bag because I was so used to throwing a Rhyno and I couldn't really find something to replace the Rhyno with. I might just have to pick a different Rhyno. So I'm gonna throw a couple of shots today. I'm gonna go to holes where I might use an approach disc or just actually to some approach shots, and we'll see how they handle against each other. And then I'm seasoning this in, so you might see me throw it a couple times. Though the shortest pad, so the Red Rock tee pad on hole number 1, just a little forehand. Gonna go proximity mine, stabilizer, and then Rhyno. See how straight that was? Really good. Unfortunately, I had to throw it on hyzer, and I don't really like throwing forehands on hyzer. I like to throw them flat, or a little bit of anhyzer. For example, this stabilizer. And now, first flight with a flat top Champion Rhyno. A bad roll, but like that, I might be back on the Rhyno, folks. Oh, that's not nice. That would have been cool. Yesterday must have been a league because they moved the basket on 3. Now it's in the long straight, which is 315 feet. Only one that really has a chance of making it there is the Sky God 4, and it's not really an approach disc. It's more just my driving putter. So we're gonna try with these 3, continuing in the rotating order. Proximity mine goes to the bottom. So we'll go stabilizer. And this is the fastest. It's a 3-speed, but these are both 2 speeds. And the Rhyno is a low glide 2-speed, but it's overstable low glide, so you can really kind of crank on it to get the distance you're looking for. It's kind of the original Berg. Everyone wants to throw a Berg. Why didn't you try the Rhyno? I think the Rhyno is actually better with much better hand feel. But all of that aside, let's see if we can soft flex these and just push them as straight as they'll go. Well, that's great to the pin that used to be when it was left. Oh, that's so nice though. I'm gonna be able to throw that hard and still control distance, instead of just trying to throw everything soft. All of my putter slots are just so extremely glidey. It might be nice to have at least one that I can give a little bit of distance or a little bit of pop to, and it not go super far. Did you see how that one came out on hyzer and then it flipped up and turned? Yeah. I thought I was in love with the proximity mine. I think I was still in love with the Rhyno. Let's see if we can hit a tree. Yep, there we go. Yes, I'm actually aiming for the tree. And look at these, practically the same shot. The last actual drive for a little while, and yes, Wednesday League was here. Wednesday League cannot throw this lane. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw this lane because that's where it's open. I think I might need to move you over here. Yeah, that's a little better. We're just gonna go with the forehand hyzer, get something close-ish, but this shot is more to see if I can hit a gap with these and less put it close, because it really shapes more for a backhand turnover. Up first. That actually had a chance of going all the way there, just a little bit high. A little bit less of a flex and more of a hyzer flip with this proximity mine. Like I said, it shapes more for a backhand turnover, so it shapes better for a forehand flip up than a forehand flex. Example, backhand turnover. So many trees. Let's go throw some approaches. Actually go to a spot on the fairway where I have to approach a green that I have to throw an approach shot at basically every time, and let's see how it handles. Hole number 7 is 480 feet, mostly downhill, so you don't have to throw something super fast to get a shot at birdie. You just have to put it in the middle. So bonus shot, I'm gonna throw this off the tee, and if it lands in the fairway, I'm gonna play from it. If it doesn't land in the fairway, I'm gonna go to one of my more traditional landing zones. Hopefully, I can turn it enough that it doesn't fade into the lake. Should be up near the short basket, which is about 300 feet downhill. Let's go throw the approach shots from there. After this, we're gonna test the little turnover ability. So I'm not throwing this gap. I am gonna try to go hyzer and come in down through the trees. We're back to the top of the order, so proximity mine is first. Stabilizer. Rhyno. Okay, so what I'm coming to realize is the main thing missing from the stabilizer was the thumb track. I didn't realize how important it was to me as far as little touch forehand shots. But that thumb track actually, I'm so comfortable with the Rhyno. Like, it just comes out at the right spot. With the stabilizer, I was always scared of it coming out early, so I would almost always grip lock it. You saw the grip lock on the last hole, and you saw the come out early on this hole. So it's a great disc, but for those little, I'm not trying to hold on to it very hard, I just need a little pop, that thumb track gives me a little bit extra confidence to just hit exactly where I want to hit. A common landing zone to find yourself on 17 is you caught up some leaves, maybe hit a tree, or maybe you just threw it a little soft, and now you're over here on this left side. You're trying to throw the backhand hyzer, get all the way up there. You didn't quite make it. Now you have this lane, and you have that lane. The one I typically would go for is that lane, because you can give it a run and still land pretty close. Or you can do one of those. Did you just see how much closer the Rhyno was than all of the other ones? Maybe that's what's been missing. I've been missing a Rhyno. I think I might take the stabilizer and the proximity mine out and have just a Rhyno. Interesting. Didn't realize I would come to this realization. Maybe the Rhyno is the one for me. You know how you find a disc that works and nothing else seems to quite work the same? Yeah, I think that might be me and the Rhyno. Because I'm standing over the proximity mine. There's the stabilizer. And that's the Rhyno. I know I just filmed a what's new in my bag. I didn't have a Rhyno yet. Guess what? New in my bag. I think I'm bagging a Champ Rhyno now. Now I have 3 Innova molds. There is something to Innova. Some of their molds are just things I can't replace. Some of their molds are a dime a dozen, but some of their molds are just ones that I can't seem to quite replace. Yeah. All right, last tee shot. I know I wouldn't normally take any of these and throw them on forehand off of this tee pad, but it's wide open, so I get to see how this change in throw affects it. Before I had been going, it's really easy to show you on this disc now because it's see-through. I had been going kind of modified stacked grip, so I was putting my middle finger pad down and then the pointer finger just kind of stacked on top of it, and that seems to work out for most of my little soft approaches. But I also have a power grip, and when I power grip like this, so pointer finger goes down, middle finger over the top of it, when I power grip with these two and then hit them flat and hard, they turn and then flex. Well, this one just kind of turns. I don't remember how the Rhyno flew though, so I'm gonna test it. We're gonna go Rhyno last though. These two are gonna be first. Let's hit proximity mine and then stabilizer. Power grip, and let's see how much they drift. Yeah, that one's not really, Stabilizer though has more torque resistance. That one actually was flexing instead of turning. And now the Rhyno. Oh my goodness. I can throw my approach disc with a power grip and it's not gonna turn and burn. Champ Rhyno definitely in my bag. Hey Nick, next time you have the chance, can we get more of those? Because I need a backup. This still goes further than all of those. And straighter. Well, new as of today, Champion Rhyno, definitely gonna make the bag. I now have to go dig a couple discs out of bushes, not because I necessarily need to keep those two, but because I'm not littering on the course. If you enjoy content like this, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see something else, make sure to comment that down below. And please make sure to subscribe. Helps you out with the subscriber-only giveaways, and it definitely helps me. And until next time, see you out on the course.